knuckleheads, as the dust settles on another fantastic performance by Australia's Jai Opetaia, who brutally and viciously knocked out David Nika in just 4 rounds to retain his WBO Cruiserweight title. We begin to look into the crystal ball to see what is next for this kid from Australia who's seemingly on a trajectory to superstardom, not just down under, but all over the world, knuckleheads. This guy is world class and international. And so one of the suggestions that I've heard as I scoured through the worldwide net web was one from Eddie Hearn, who's a guy in a great position to potentially make this fight, and a guy who really knows what he's talking about in the sport of boxing. And that suggestion was a fight versus Oleksandr Usyk. Now, I love this fight first and foremost because of the clash of styles. Can you imagine this fight? Oleksandr Usyk, he's a mover, he's a thinking man, he's a scientist, he's an artist in boxing. He's trying to touch and go versus Jai Opetaia, who, although he's also technical, is just an absolute savage. He's trying to get in there and he's trying to get you out of there. And there's no better example than that winging right hook he threw at David Nika to get that guy out of there. But I digress on that. Listen, Oleksandr Usyk wasn't a cruiserweight, or rather was a cruiserweight not too long ago. So this is definitely a fight that can happen. But the reason I don't think that this fight will happen, at least not in the near future, is because you've still got a guy in Jai Opetaia who at just 29 years old can still unify the cruiserweight division and try to make himself some history and build his legacy. And you've also got a guy in Oleksandr Usyk who, despite saying he might come back to the cruiserweight division after his latest conquest versus Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division, has now been called out in very disrespectful fashion, if you ask me, but been called out nonetheless by Daniel Dubois, a guy he's already vanquished in a fight where there was some controversy, but people still want to see, what the result will be without the controversy. Now, I don't think it'll change much, but that's left to be seen, and that's why we want to watch these fights. Nonetheless, I don't think Opetaia happens next because of Dubois, and I don't think Opetaia is just going to sit around and wait for Usyk to, fight Dubois and not do anything. He's got to move forward with his career as well. And so I just feel like these guys are going to be tied up in the near future. With regards to Usyk as well, having moved up to the heavyweight division, is he really going to want to drop back down to 200 pounds after filling out as a heavyweight? Also, is he going to get the same payday? I think that's going to be very important because the heavyweight division has always been the glamour division in boxing, knuckleheads, and the cruiserweight division has just always kind of been the redheaded stepchild as it compares to the heavyweight division. It's very weird. It's very weird. It's always been seen as a much lesser and lesser entertaining division, and it's almost the exact opposite of the UFC, where the heavyweight division was exciting for a while, but it was the light heavyweight division where everybody wanted to watch the fights, like we had with John Jones and Chuck Liddell and everyone else. So that's why I don't think this fight happens anytime soon, but it's a fight I love. It's a fight I would love to see, and I hope it gets made at some point. I'm just not sure if Usyk's going to be young enough by the time it gets done for it to make sense. Knuckleheads, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this fight, if you think this fight happens in the near future. After you do that, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, and join the channel. Join me. Be a part of Knucklehead Nation. It's just $9.99 a month. Cancel anytime. And you can also hopefully get some merch below for FightersRep to continue to help me build this channel. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this. And I'll see you guys live on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we'll continue to drop content for you guys daily.